Just kicking things off here. We already got a game, and I'm slightly distracted still, so hopefully it's not going to be an issue. We do pick fourth here, and we're in a normal speed game, so that at least gives us a little time. Alright, as for the game itself here, oh gosh, we have lots of early dwellings, mid-game trading posts, a temple in the middle, and then the town round at the end, so that's always exciting for me. This is a great economy track, build lots of dwellings in the early rounds, get some trading posts out, maybe hit a temple, send your priest to the cults, get lots of coins as well as some spades out of your priests, all of that's really good. And then, yeah, make some towns in the final round. The past tiles were missing trading post scoring and ship scoring, so a little bit harder to get points, potentially. There's not any real time to build your big buildings next, so... given that there's no real time to build your big buildings, there's not necessarily incentive to do it. So yeah, that'll be interesting. And then we're missing 4 coins in a cult step. That's not really a big deal, but it does sometimes mean that there's just that slight little bit less cult presence in fighting. We get dwarves next. We already had mermaids. Mermaids are very good here. Dwarves are iffy. Sorry for the noise in the background. My dog's being a little wild, but that's what he does sometimes, so... Normally this is a game I would obviously debate putting witches in, but given that we have both dwarves and mermaids, I'm not excited at all about that option, so... I usually don't like throwing dwarves into a color sandwich here either, so I would be happy to see like black and yellow or something, but hear a staticky sound, so it's possible my mic's turned up just a little much, and I could adjust that. It also depends on if you're hearing my dog chewing in the background, so is it staticky, or is it my dog being a pain? Hey buddy, why are you making so much noise? Do that somewhere else. Yeah, we'll do that in a corner. No, you're gonna do it right here. Well, yeah. I don't know if you're hearing my dog or if it's because my mic's actually picking up my computer fan. We get cultists here. Cultist is totally fine. It just limits my pick here a little bit. Or not limits too bad, but again, I don't really love to throw in sandwich stuff, so I don't really want to throw in black. I don't really want to throw in green, so it's looking at between yellow or red. Early dwellings. This isn't actually that bad of a game for giants. It just makes things sad for dwarves. Dwarves and giants would fight over territory a bit too, so it might not be the best giants game, but it's not the worst giant setup that I've seen. The cults, I guess the cult rewards are a bit rough for giants, because you can't use the spades, but I guess giants could try to fight like fire and earth tracks and just get coins. Yeah. Otherwise, I could throw in nomads. Cultists are probably going to try to start here. You throw in giants, mermaids, dwarves, mermaids, giants, maybe dwarves somewhere in here. Giants and dwarves definitely fight a bit on this map. Actually, quite a lot. So that's really the downside to putting in giants. So the upshot to nomads is maybe nomads and cultists don't kill each other, but they kind of do. Giants could have issues with connecting and stuff too. I mean, the final option is to just throw in Fakirs, but this is really not a great Fakir setup either. Do we hate Fakirs here? Yeah, I mean, that's what I was just thinking about, right? Fakirs is the final option I haven't really debated. I mean, Fakirs isn't going to be that bad, but I think Cultist does potentially make it go ugly. But god, Dwarves gets really ugly if I throw in Giants. I was really hoping for black. Picking a yellow faction with black here, that would have been a pretty nice game. But brown, I really don't know what to pick here. I could just try Fakirs. Not sure they're that bad. I think it's bad, though. I'm going to go Giants. I don't know. I've been leading Giants a lot here. I kind of want to play them. There's some problems, but Water 2 CMs. Oh, Nerd Cube dropping in. I mean, Water 2 CMs could have been fun. I could have just thrown in Chaos, but I think part of my issue is I've seen a lot of Chaos lately, so, but yeah. We start with the Spade, and that concludes everything you can think of. Yeah, I mean, Fakirs are okay. You start with the Spade. I think the issue is, depending on who's Cultist, like, Fakirs, you're probably starting, like, here and here, and then if Cultist, like, takes Tempship, though, just to beat you to this Hex, like, I don't know. It's okay. I mean, whatever, and I'm not necessarily playing it, but I've talked about this on stream before. I somewhat prefer to put in lots of factions that have more robust game plans, partly because that way if I wind up with any of them, I have options, rather than feeling like I could just get killed out of the game right off the bat. But yeah, I don't know. Mermaids are clearly the best here by a lot. I don't even know how much I'm going to bid on Mermaids, but the answer is a lot. Starting tiles is probably going to be big building. Cultist is probably going to take the Spade. Dwarves might take Worker Power. And then Mermaids have a choice between Priest or Tempship. Probably just take Tempship to guarantee the double dig. Mermaids will get Priest to Water and buy this round and get great cult rewards. Can get lots of dwellings out early. Can go for a pretty good mid-game trading post. I mean, everything lines up great for Mermaids. The expansion should be pretty great for Mermaids. So yeah, everything about them I like. Cultists might start here and like here. They probably take the Spade. They probably angle for these sort of towns with bridges. Oh, this is really under contention, actually. I forgot about this. Mermaids just might want to double dig this first action, so then Cultists are going to have to aim for the whole two-ship plan. They're not going to get a town here. Cultists could try to start down here with Dwarves and just make a town and then try to connect later. I guess this connection hex is fairly safe in this matchup, although Giants could maybe try to go here and here if Mermaids aren't careful, but we're going to bid Mermaids for a while, so... is there a world where we don't take the Spade? Did you say Tempship? The more I thought about it, I think Cultists still have to just take the Spade. There was a brief little world where maybe Cultists would take Tempship just to try to reach these hexes and expand fast, but I don't think it's gonna work. I think Mermaids probably do start here and take a power tile, and I think they're gonna just dig this hex as one of their first moves, and probably this one. That's at least what I would likely do. I think I would just secure my early stuff that I really require. I'm gonna start here and here. Some Mermaids players might be tempted by starting here next to Dwarves, but as I've argued on stream before, that's just a trap. Like, this hex just doesn't get you anywhere beyond you're on this hex, whereas this hex gets you access to here, here. It can often get you here. This hex gets you access to all of this stuff. And if you start here and here, you're giving up like all of this stuff early, which is just a real issue. So yeah, I don't know. I'm probably gonna take mermaids down to like 15 before I even start to think about other stuff, and even then it might be further than that. The main question here is how much better are mermaids than cultists? Cultists are pretty good. Giants often can't play that culty of a game. Cultists have pretty good expansion opportunities this game because nobody's really fighting the yellows, and mermaids care about a couple blacks, but it's not the worst situation. The toughish part for cultists is the towns. The towns are not super clearly defined for cultists. I think this town is pretty safe for cultists, but then the other town I'm probably just trying to ship down here late would be the plan. I think making this towards the end game is fine. I don't think there's much pressure on this. So I think that's the play, but giants are the 30 faction. I think dwarves are the 30 faction. I think giants, this track works out okay. I think there's options here for giants. Dwarves are probably not terrible here, but I really don't like dwarves when there's no cult workers. Cult workers are so good for dwarves, and having none available is really unfortunate. I should probably actually been cultist at this point a little bit, and I am likely to go do that just a little now. But yeah, I think I would rather be giants than dwarves. But I mean, dwarves have some sort of a game. It's just dwarves towns are a bit tough too, because like if giants start here, you probably are like starting here as dwarves. And I guess you could get a sanctuary town right through here, but like you're never gonna connect as dwarves probably. You might get like dwarves if mermaids do start here as dwarves. This town location is kind of dead. And even if you do start here, you kind of have to beat mermaids to this hex in order to get this town location. So like the late towns is awkward for dwarves. Connection is far from guaranteed. Cults are not going to be great. This map is generally not that friendly for dwarves. Add all that up and there's no cult workers. I think dwarves have to be the 30 faction. I'm gonna go back to mermaids now. I still think mermaids are roughly 15-ish points better than cultists. Could be wrong, but they're by far the safest bet here. I might be paying just a little too much, but yeah. Part of the thing is, I think playing dwarves and giants here is going to be pretty hard, and I'm not totally sure our opponents are up for that, but not sure. Lynn's been playing quite a lot lately and seems to have been getting better. But yeah, based on the ratings, none of them scare me super bad, but you never know. I'm trying to think about how much it would take me to play dwarves here. I'm not too sad if, like, playing giants at 30, I'm actually not too sad about pretty soon. I think I would start here and here as giants. If dwarves give me this hex, great. If they don't, I can take this one. Starting here as giants could get a little iffy if mermaids decides to take these two to start things off with, but I guess there's a mild chance giants get completely cut in, but I said mermaids are about 15 better than cultists was my theory, so it might be a little high, but I'll go with it. We'll see. Yeah. You do play with Linz a lot. Can we get mermaids down to 0? Possibly. Mermaids are very good in this setup, and dwarves are meh. He's your best friend in real life. Yeah, I figured as much. So yeah, that's cool. They've definitely been getting better, so we'll see where it goes, but it's been fun. Somebody is going Giants. I did think Giants was the next best bet, so definitely think that's reasonable here. I would pay a couple of points to play Giants over Dwarves. I'm trying to think about exactly what the Dwarves' game plan is, but I really don't like it. The lack of cult workers is just what I really dislike. I just think it's going to be really hard for Dwarves to get enough worker production going. I don't think Dwarves are going to be able to do much in this round. Dwarves maybe can finally think about building trading posts this round and still backfilling them. I don't really know when Dwarves are going to build a stronghold, and I don't totally know if Dwarves are going to get to hit town round very well. But they might be able to make something work throughout all of that mess. So Giants are getting bid down a bit now. If I just got Mermaids at this point and Lynn's jumps to Dwarves, I'd be pretty happy. 11 victory point edge on Cultists, and then 20 on Giants and 22 on Dwarves seems about right. But we get bid on Mermaids. I think that's fair. We're getting pretty close to ending this auction, I think. But I think I'd do another on Mermaids, and then maybe another on Cultists, and then really consider the world before I go to Dwarves. This could be paying too much for Mermaids at this point. It's always a little scary to pay this much to play a faction. Especially because I don't know, there are things that could go poorly, but fish witches, that is a way to view them, isn't it? Giants are getting bid down even more. We're getting very close to this auction being done, I think. I would bid Cultist a bit more. I don't think there's any reason Giants should be this close to Cultists. So I'm going to be a little sad at this point if the auction ends without Cultist going down further. But Lynn's is now bidding Cultist down. I think that's definitely the right move. We're getting very close to things being done now. Cultist just got another. I think Dwarves are roughly correct at this point. I don't think Mermaids. I think I'm still pretty happy with Mermaids, given everybody else got bid down a bit more. If I get bid off Mermaids, I think I'm taking Dwarves, but it is a risk. You don't think this is too much for Mermaids? You'd keep paying? Yeah, I mean, do you take Dwarves if somebody bids Mermaids to 5? I just said I was gonna, but I'm gonna think about it, because continuing to pay for Mermaids is very tempting. I mean, one of the big upshots for Mermaids is that this track is super dreamy. The cult rewards are super good. As Mermaids, you probably could get like 5 or 6 dwellings out within the first couple rounds, and then you get to put a bunch of trading posts down. You maybe just build a temple for Air 1 at that point. Get a few more dwellings out, you know. Everything about that looks really good. You probably can hit 3 towns and pretty good network. You might get some cults. I mean, everything about that is quite good. The auction is a game in itself. Yeah, I mean, it is, right? It definitely is. Given how everybody else has got bid down, I actually think I did lie. I think I'm going to bid Mermaids one more time before I go to Dwarves. I think I can keep extracting value. Like, I think people are not willing to take Dwarves here, and I mean, I don't super want to either. But I just said I was pretty happy a second ago when I had an 11 victory point edge on Cultists and a 20 victory point edge on Giants. So now the question is, a 26 point edge on Dwarves the correct number? And I mean, it's really hard to say at a certain point, but Mermaids have a pretty robust, safe game plan, and there's very few ways that it can go catastrophically wrong, and I think that's worth paying for at this sort of a table. I think one of the mistakes I make most often is forgetting that part of the trickiness of auction is that against experts, maybe it's correct to go to Dwarves here, but a lot of these players are not experts yet, so I think they're likely to really mess things up with Dwarves, where they're less likely to mess things up as Mermaids. And I think I can keep getting value here if I just bid a little more, force everybody else down. Going Mermaids to 0 here is probably wrong, but it's not even that necessarily wrong, because I do suspect the first move of this game would probably be have temp ship and just double dig, and build a dwelling. So you can always, yeah, I mean, I'm joking that I'm close to going 0 on Mermaids, but I don't think I'll actually quite go 0 on Mermaids. I think at this point, if I do get kicked back off Mermaids, I think now is the time to go to Dwarves. Giants just got kicked down a bit more. I'm assuming Linz is about to jump Cultist down. Oh, no, Linz jumps to Dwarves finally. Okay. The fact that Giants just got bid down even more is very intriguing. I think the starting spots, as I've been arguing, have to be here and here. I don't think there's any way that it's not this. It'll be interesting to see where everybody else starts, though. I'm pretty happy with Mermaids at this price. We're, again, 11 on Cultist seems a little quite good, actually. 18 on Giants seems totally fine. It's the 26 versus Dwarves that I'm actually a little hesitant about. But as I say, like, this is really not a great Dwarves track at all. There's a lot of issues with Dwarves here. This is like a really high-scoring economic setup. It's hard for Dwarves to really pull that type of stuff off on this map. It's hard for Dwarves to connect. It's going to be hard for Dwarves to get cults. It's going to be hard for Dwarves to get enough cult rewards / workers. All of that added together means... And there's no Earth rewards, right? Like, what's the single good news for Dwarves? I don't think there is one, so... Fire 1, 4 towns. You like G4, F5 if you're positive you're getting temp shipping. Oh, that's actually an interesting call. You're right. I could start here and here, and then if I get temp ship, I'm going here. But I'm not actually positive I get temp shipping. It's what I'm betting I'm getting. But I don't think I want to gamble that hard on it. But, I mean, I do think it's very likely that Giants takes Big Building, Cultist takes Spade, Dwarves have no use for temp shipping. So, actually, I guess I should get temp shipping, but I don't know. Being able to dig G7 with temp ship is so strong. G6. I'll turn the hex names on. I'm assuming you're talking about this one, but I actually don't think that matters much in my opinion. But, yeah, that is G6. I mean, I don't know if I really care about this hex, though, right? I mean, I guess you can hope to get through, like, a temple. Or you can hope to get a town through here or something, but, I'll survive. All of these I expected. It's the next dwelling placements I'm really interested about, but I think you might get Priest and go Priest to Water first action. That's also a really possibility, right? I agree. There's a lot of things to consider as options here, so we will see exactly where people start and exactly what I want to do. But part of why we paid so much for Mermaids is because there's a lot of good outcomes and there's not a lot of bad ones. I do think I could take Fire 1 this game and probably be happy enough. I also might just take Earth 1. I mean, Giants are in the game. I probably can get a copy of Earth 1 if I want to. I'm not yet sure what I'm going to do on that front, but it gives you 3 hexes for 1 dig. Yeah, so great. I mean, that part's really exciting, but Mermaids on this map, I never usually feel like, oh no, I'm running out of hexes. I guess maybe you could go full Dwelling Rush, actually, with temp shipping, though. I didn't consider that. One of the things I almost never do on this map is a full Dwelling Rush, but why couldn't I, right? I guess, yeah, if I had started here, I could do, like, an absolutely full Dwelling Rush. Yeah, that is a little sad, actually. If you start here and you think you're going to get temp shipping, yeah, you could dig and start here and dig. So you would dig... Well, no, I guess you'd still have to dig these hexes, but yeah, you could wind up on... You would start here, so you'd be on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, you could get the full 8 dwelling rush. I don't know if I've actually tried that opening on this map, so I am pretty sad I didn't think about that until now, because that would be pretty fun, actually. You were assuming that's what I was planning. Yeah, I probably should have. If I'm Cultist as my second dwelling on C3 or H4, usually I play here, but in this color wheel, maybe you go down here, but I just love this as Cultist, but I don't know. You'd be inclined toward H4 here for Leech. Yeah, I value C3 maybe more than I should. I think it's... I mean, to be fair, actually, maybe I don't start here. Because the more I think about it, starting here, the only reason I'm starting here is so that I can 2-ship onto this hex. But I'm going to start with the spade, and if I just take this hex as cultists, then I can 2-ship here, and then I still can just 2-ship elsewhere. See, I'm not sure that was very necessary, but I think it's totally fine. It does increase the pressure on this hex a bit. I do need to secure this now. I think I still need to start over here. I might just do like a partial dwelling rush and do trading post 5 dwellings. I am a bit sad I didn't go think about the full dwelling rush until too late, but it's okay. Yeah, I think it still needs to be over here. I mean, I could do this whole wacky and still get away with like a big dwelling rush, but I think it's wrong. So yeah, I'll do this hex. You can still get 7 dwellings. Giants take that hex if you don't start there. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, giants are going to take this hex if I don't dig it, right? I mean, so that's a slight issue, but I can just sanctuary town here, and that's fine. So giants take C3 from cultists. Oh, that's what you're talking about. If you don't start here as cultist, giants potentially beat you here. Yeah, that part is true, actually. Temp shipping did go to cultists, so cultists are trying to beat us here. So I mean, the answer is I just take worker power, right? And I just dig this first action then, because I'm not letting cultists have this hex. Dwarves getting the spade is a really big break for Linz. I think this is a really bad plan from cultists to take temp shipping, honestly. The spade is so good. But I would have really liked the whole priest and just send it to water, but I think securing double dig and securing the hexes. Although I was talking about digging this one and this one. Not digging this hex is slightly risky. Because this is kind of my connection hex. I mean, this is an outside connection option. I think giants are going to prefer to go through here, though, so I could just get this next round. Worker power gives me some options on opening, like, temple and 4 dwellings instead, also. I think double dig's much too important here to... I guess I could still take priest and still get double dig, but losing this hex I think is too big of a deal. And then I think it is still this hex. You just started a Mermaids game on this map, and you have 7 dwellings and a temple out end of round 2. It's fun. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of what Mermaids can get away with on this map. I mean, that's what I'm hoping to get away with here. I'm hoping to have pretty much all my dwellings built after the first 2 rounds. And then I'm hoping to be able to hit I'm hoping to hit trading posts pretty heavily in this round. The biggest difficulty in hitting trading posts heavily is going to be having neighbors, because I'm digging and building hexes that don't really have neighbors, so... Could be a little hard to leverage this effectively unless cultists are going to get over here or cultists are going to get up over here. So an interesting option for cultists that I didn't really consider is taking the priest and just advancing ship one more time, and suddenly they are on 2 ship and they can reach some hexes right away. I don't know if that's great, but it might be their best outcome. I mean, they might just single dig this hex at this point. But yeah, I mean, this is why they should have never taken temp ship. They definitely should have taken the spade. Dwarves getting the spade is a big coup for them, but oh well. Why not decline build, take favor 11, and then secure e5? Yeah, he's using Snellman language. So I never do that. I just never do that. I think it's actually a slight trap that newer players, like not just newer players, I think even strong players try to eke out points like that. And the reason I don't do it is not even because cultists would double dig it. I'm not sure I'm going Earth 1, but even if I go Earth 1, I want to pass first and have tempo into the next round. I think the tempo advantage of potentially moving before others in round 2 and securing critical priest spots or power actions is worth more than 2 points, like always. And I think it's almost always wrong to get greedy about digging and not building, just to eke out 2 more points, because I think the tempo loss is usually worse than 2 victory points. But it does depend. It's just something I almost never do, though. Only if I know for some reason I want to have a really long round. And, like, to be fair, maybe I do want a long round. Maybe my theory is that dwarves are going to have a long round also, and if I can just stall them out, I get their spade tile into the next round, which would be really good. But for the most part, yeah, for the most part, I'm just going to build. I also don't actually know if I'm going Earth 1 this game. I'm really tempted to just go Fire 1 and go for the big economy stuff. I think Fire 1's probably about as good as Earth. Well, I don't know. It's tough, right? Earth 1's quite good, but Fire 1 is also really good. So, I don't know. Is favor... Yeah, so the favor numbering system is from Snellman, and it would just be favor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So favor 11 is Earth 1. But, yeah. You have found that it's better building right now for tempo. That's the thing I never know and suck at. When to go fast for round 2 tempo and when to play slow to get one of my opponent's pass tiles. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's really hard to predict most rounds and how they're going to play out. Like, would I have ever predicted that Dwarves' move is going to be securing this hex? No. But it was. They can't even go for a tempo now. Now. So I'm guessing dwarves are just doing like a midi dwelling spree. I don't really know. Like, it's fascinating. But like dwarves are gonna have a super quick round now, presumably. So like, meh. I don't know. For the most part, I would tend to recommend that you just build your dwellings. A lot of times building your dwellings too, depending where they're at, you're gonna get more leech from your opponents because you already have a dwelling down. You're gonna, I don't know. It's a little hard to predict. Anyhow, I'm gonna build my trading post here because my temple goes here because this is Sanctuary Town. This in the dream world is another town with a bridge, and then the other town is somewhere through this stuff. And I get 3 towns this game. But this should provide decent leech. I am expecting giants to take these 2 hexes, and I'm okay with that. So this is gonna provide me a lot of leech in return. Sorry for the Snellman terminology. I've never even played at Snellman. You've just been brainwashed. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Dwarves does use a power action for more workers. It suggests to me they plan to, like, tunnel and build. Or maybe they're still going to go for a temple now, but I'm not sure I really like their opening, but it's okay. Cultists are just rushing Earth 1, probably. Wait. Yeah, they're taking Earth 1. Makes sense. You think the Dwelling Rush makes it much more rewriting to take Fire 1? Yeah, I mean, so... I could just build 1, 2, 3 more dwellings right now and not even go for the temple, but the temple's really important for generating a priest for next round because I really want to send a priest to water next round. If not somehow this round, if I get enough power to take a priest action, which isn't yet out of the question, actually. But I think I am just going to go for Fire 1. I think it's more fun. I think I'm going to have more fun going that route. Is it absolutely correct over Earth 1, given that I already don't have many points? I'm also planning to try to get out some mid-game trading posts, so it's maybe correct to actually go for the points the more I think about it. The thing is, I'm going to need a lot of coin production this game to get out enough dwellings and then actually build a sizable number of trading posts. But there is a lot of coins if I just send priests off to the cult tracks. Okay, we should be boring. Earth 1 is going to be really good here still, right? I'm still going to be able to build a lot of dwellings in these first couple rounds. The only question is if I'm actually going to have enough coins in order to build more dwellings next round. But I think I can. that was I don't know. Fire 1 would have been fun, but especially with a scoring track like this. Yeah, I mean, so the scoring track is really good, and so in that sense, economy favor probably pays off, but scoring favor is quite good here. Mostly, so the main reason I'm going for a scoring favor is because I'm hoping to build like 2, maybe 3 trading posts in this round, which is a pretty big economic boost because I'll have a lot of early coin income coming, and I don't think that's a very congruent plan with Fire 1, because at that point it's going to be almost too much coin income, especially in a game that doesn't have ship scoring. So my theory is that just taking Earth 1, building a bunch of dwellings, hoping to be able to pass for something like this in the early rounds. There's a lot of coins on this as well if I send a few priests off. So I don't actually know if I need that many coins from Fire 1, and I think the points from Earth 1 are going to be better, but I think it's also actually really close. And I don't think either decision would have been too wrong. Yeah, I mean, I only have 5 points, but yeah, I mean, I was down, I was already down to 3. But to be fair, I don't actually let my auction influence how I'm gonna play. I think some people make that mistake, thinking, oh, I paid a ton of points in the auction, now I can't take an economy favor. Even if like the auction doesn't change what the right decision is, it just changes what your victory points are currently at. But sorry, I'm getting distracted by a brief message over here. But yeah, so we paid a lot to get this Mermaids position. But I mean, this Mermaids position does look great to me already. I'm still assuming Giants take this Hex. Cultists do take single Spade just to reach up here. Cultists should have just started with the actual Spade, but they didn't, so... I'm assuming Giants take this, would be my guess. They have a lot of power, I guess. They might just take coins before doing that, but they are going to just take these hexes, though, which is very kind of expected, predicted, all of that. I build this dwelling. I would like to build another dwelling, but if the dwarves... I guess the dwarves aren't going to pass. They're still going to go for a temple, right? But I would really like their spade tile. But I think they're going to go for a temple. I think cultists are going to pass, probably for the coins. And then giants have a move. Oh, no, cultists had a move. Duh, never mind. So cultists are going to get the spade, because I think dwarves do have to pass now. Dwarves also went for Earth 1, so giants are just denied Earth 1, but giants have a nice center opening. Ooh, this hex is under a little threat from cultists now. I did forget about that. That's a bit of a bummer, actually. Losing this would be a... We are a little constrained right now, because I would like these hexes. I would like these hexes. So expanding is still a priority. But I can afford a hard dig next round, so that's a positive. I think it's this hex. I mean, nobody's over here. Nobody's really over here, but... It might not even really matter which one I take, but... Do we pass now for 7 coins and no build the last dwelling? Oh, yeah, I don't do that. I mean, I don't know. There are ways that things go poorly here, I guess. Because dwarves might take 7 coins, cultist takes the spade, and giants decides to pass for this, and then I'm left looking at a priest and a coin. That's definitely not the ideal outcome here. But I think giants should just take coins. So I'm assuming that I'm getting a couple of coins on the pass. I'm going to send priest to water next round. It's probably not going to be the first priest to water, but I'll still get a little dribble of power. I might not quite have enough power to take coins next rounds. I mean, this is the downside of taking the whole Earth 1 route. Passing to just take 7 coins there was reasonable, because the pass tile I get might be worse, but I don't think so, because I think 3 coins and a bunch of points is going to be equivalent to this. I think the spade is still actually pretty equivalent too. But we'll see. Dwarves do pass for the coins. I'm assuming cultists pass for the spade. I'm hoping giants decide to just take coins before passing. But they could decide to go for the for that. I don't think this is great for giants though, but meh. People do things I don't think are great all the time, so. But it's a chance that my next round's going to be uglier than it should be, because I might not have enough coins. And then we can really debate if Earth 1 was correct over Fire 1, but we'll see. If Giants are a strong player, they take Priest, take coins, and pass for Tempship. Yeah, I mean, they're not, though. They just passed. Oh, but the Spade got left to us because the Cultists took Priest instead of Spade, because the Cultists just don't like Spades. So, okay. The Giants, though, are not a very strong player because, yeah, they're just leaving power actions sit here. I mean, I guess Giants probably just get them next round. I guess there is that. Nobody can take power actions because there's not been very great central leech parties. So the Spade is quite good here for us. I am hoping to build 1, probably 2, 3 dwellings this round, or 2, 3 dwellings somewhere. I don't exactly know where I'm going to build dwellings yet, actually. But I do need a bit of power to achieve that. Yeah, we'll see. Giants could have had them both round, though. Yeah, the Giants clearly should not have passed there. There's just no way. Like, I would have probably taken the Spade over that tile anyhow. So yeah, I mean, Giants should have never passed when there was a coins power action and they have this much power. But with Giant, or unless Cultist burns to take coins. Yeah, I mean, Cultist could burn to take coins. Cultist could double ship after they do that and then reach, you know, I guess just this hex at this point. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen for sure. Cultist taking the Priest is pretty surprising to me. I think Cultists are going to send a Priest to water, but I would love if they didn't. Dwarves just send Priest to Earth, which is fine. I do assume Priest to water from Cultists. Yep, that did happen. I would expect Giants take coins then. Giants don't have an Earth 1, so there's no real reason to rush a tempo. Cultists can send Priest to water, and they do, yeah. I mean, if I was Cultist, I probably would have taken the coins there. I really don't know what their game plan is, though. I think Cultists have made just mistake after mistake this game in terms of inefficiencies. Cultist not taking the Spade. Like, Cultist had the option to take the Spade tile the first round. They didn't. They had the option to pass on this Spade. They didn't. The Spade is just the best tile early. Like, paying all of your power for Spades is painful. This is really good, and Cultists are ignoring that to their detriment. Giants' biggest issue right now is that they have a ton of power and they're not using it efficiently. Now, Giants could still take a Priest, take coins, and have a pretty good round if they get away with all that, but we'll see. Cultist gave up 2 free Spades this game. It's unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, I agree. It's really bad. Cultist will send another Priest to Cults to get double dig. Probably. I mean, that's probably what Cultists are going to do, but it's a really bad plan compared to just passing for the Spade. But I guess, yeah, they're going to send another Priest to water here and then hope that somebody accepts their leech and they'll be at step 8. And I mean, that's cool. It's something, but it's not very good. Wow, Giants take double dig too, which, I mean, makes enough sense. Giants do. A lot of mediocre Giants players take double dig rather than understanding the power of coins and other stuff. They do take this blue hex away, which is a bummer. It does mean that I think I really need this hex. I don't think Cultist would take this, but this would really slow me down because I would run out of natural blues too quickly. So I don't think there's a good reason not to just secure this hex right now. Cultist has to take the coins now. Yeah, I mean, Cultists have, like, no way to expand now. They can single dig again, which is what they had to settle for last round, but it's so inefficient for them to start. Dwarves have only got the 1 Spade too. They can tunnel once this round, but I mean, this is exactly why I was hesitant to take Dwarves. It's really awkward still for them. It's looking like long-term I might debate, the bridge town here might be to try to secure this hex and then bridge, so these 3 are adjacent, and then this, and then I have a town here. It still is a lot of Spades yet to generate this game. This town is at least already set, and I do have a neighbor up here, actually, which is really good for my trading post plans next round. I can build at least 1, 2 trading posts. Now, actually being able to build them you know, again, our coin situation is a little rough, and I don't totally know where we're getting leech. So this is where maybe taking Fire 1 still was correct. I know I had this discussion with Ondas a while back, but it seems like the game's already down to me and Giants. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a sec, but I'm not sure that's that wrong. But anyhow, one of the I talked about this with Ondas a while back, but if you get a lot of dwellings out early, it can be hard to generate enough coins to keep up with your worker production to keep your economy actually rolling. And so Fire 1 does have a lot of benefits if you're doing like a lot of dwellings very quickly, more so than usual. And so I maybe was supposed to still just take Fire 1, and I might have got greedy with Earth 1 here because I'm not sure how many coins I can generate. It's possible that I just take the coins action if it comes back to me. Burning so low is rough, but I need 1, 2, well, I still need 4 spades this game, but I have 1 cult dig. I might get to pass for a spade, and I should be able to hard dig once or twice. Cultist single dig this, which is definitely surprising. I am going to accept their power because I still want their leech, and I think they've, as I've said, just done so many just terrible things. I think not taking this hex is actually really questionable for cultists too, because presumably they would want a bridge town or something. Giants does wisely take the coins now, so I definitely have to send a priest here still. There's no other choice. And I want to leave myself open for lots of power gain if I somehow get it. So, but there's a chance that I want to actually pass pretty quickly here just for like this tile, so I get a coins action. But I'm gonna build 1 more dwelling. I mean, people are already gonna pass in front of me now. It looks like I think dwarves are done. So, the upshot is dwarves need to use their power for digs, not for coins. They have tons of coins this game. The downside is that cultists might use power for a coins action. I'm not sure. Giants still have 1, 2 dwellings to get out. So I mean, Giants. So anyhow, responding to Gray's earlier thing, like the double. I don't love double dig on Giants, but it's not that bad compared to taking coins and priests. It's inefficient, as a lot of us know, but it's not as killer. And this double dig is pretty good for them because it's gonna let them just reach another red this round, and secure like town space. So anyhow, the Giants are having a pretty good game, and they have the past dwelling points here. So I think Giants are doing pretty good stuff. I think cultists are just, I think they're pretty doomed. I mean, they have 1 million priests coming in, which is cool, but I don't know if it's going to be enough in any way. And then dwarves are at 43 points, and they have a ton of resources, but I mean, they have very poor worker production. They only have 2 natural grays they're going to get to in any speedy time. I don't think they're going to be able to hit this track very well, precisely because building up looks wrong for dwarves. They need to keep building out to make it up their worker production, so we'll see. Cultists are presumably passing, although they could build a trading post, but I'm guessing they're going to pass. So they're going to probably take the 6 coins, in which case we're in a bit of a lurch. But gosh, it feels so wrong for me not to just build a dwelling. So I think I'm going to just build a dwelling. Lynn will take big building tile here likely. Bugger took worker power, never mind then. I mean, I think he's looking for spades. Yeah, I think, exactly. He needs power for a double dig. So he might, like, I'll build a trade. I am going to wind up building a trading post for him next round. But, I mean, he needs spades very badly. You think in the first 2 rounds as Giants, it's okay to take double dig if it secures an important hex or lets you reach an extra hex. Yeah, I mean, double dig's not as... It's not always that wrong. You have no clue how to reach grays in the west as dwarves. That shit's so annoying to try to get to. Yeah, it's bad. Cultists pass for priests over spades, so who knows what they'll do. I mean, that's true. I'm assuming they're going to pass for coins, but they might go for temp ship again. Maybe they go for big buildings because they're going to build a sanctuary. I agree. I can't actually know for sure. If they leave us 6 coins, it's way better for us. If they don't, you know, It's not good, but I'll try to eke out something. He is passing, so we'll see. Maybe I get lucky. I mean, to be fair, even if I pass for temp ship, there's a decent chance that I get the coins power action next round, because I don't think there's any world where dwarves opens coins, and cultists won't have enough power to take them. So I think I can get a coins power action at the start of next round. But we'll see. Denying the double dig from other players can be strong too. It can be all right. You'd be worried about Giants taking C4 on us? Oh, absolutely. I'm definitely worried about that. That's on the concern list, but I just can't do much about it. Yes, I agree. The part of the problem with dwarves on this map is you just can't reach gray hexes. There's so many grays that you just can't reach. We do get left 6 coins though, because cultists are our friends and they just take temp ship instead. So, okay. Giants are gonna pass, and I do need the 6 coins compared to their tile. I have enough workers next round. I can hard dig this first action and build a dwelling, and then I can build 1, 2, 3 trading posts hopefully with my resources. Might be a little hard to eke that out, but I think it's doable, and I'll be very content with my position if that all occurs. This would be 4 workers, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will have 10 workers. It would be 2, 11 coins. I'll have 6 plus some leech should get me there. Plus a priest that I can manipulate. Yeah, I think this is actually looking really good. These 6 coins are a big boon, though. On the concern list. Yeah, we have a list. Like, look, there's a list of concerns long term here still, but we're pretty good. God, you have me laughing, Weber. I mean, I obviously don't actually have a list, but it's also not that far off that I do just have like a mental checklist right now of like shit that I'm concerned about long term, and that like, oh, there could be some bad moves. Like, yeah, there's also like cultists could double dig this. It's very low on the concern list, but they're about to have a bunch of cult spades, and maybe they just don't want to. Maybe they just don't want to bridge because they've shown no concern about this hex. Like, you know, they've been very unpredictable. I would like to build this dwelling this round, therefore, but will I get to? Who the hell knows? There's all sorts of potential problems lurking around corners, but anyhow, yeah, I agree. Giants, I think, would prefer to actually just take this hex to reach this quicker, but they could just take this hex and it would be really bad for us. So I am going to hard dig and build this. The coin's power action does go to cultists because that's apparently what they took this thing for. Cultists have done very bad things this game. That's all I can say. I'm hoping to get quite a bit of leech this round. I think I'm going to get some leech this round from Giants might build trading posts down here. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to get some leech. I'm going to build a trading post here next, I think is the plan, because I think cultists might build some trading posts next to us. It's hard to say, though, because, again, who knows what cultists are going to do, but I might get the coins action. Yeah, that did not happen. Cultists look like the worst player, so it's better to attack you. Definitely good to secure that hex. Yeah, I mean, I agree. The thing is, cultists are just going to look at who's the highest rated and then try to attack them somewhat, especially because I cut them off of what their plan surely was. I mean, it was a bad plan precisely because I could just beat them to this hex, but the only reason to take temp shipping in round 1 was that they were going to get that hex, I think, so... Annoyingly, Giants goes here and feeds dwarves crap tons of power. Not sure I would do that as well. I guess Giants not feeding me is the right move. It is double dig, and dwarves wisely scoop up all that. Makes a lot of sense. Dwarves are getting out their worker economy, which is good. Cultist isn't doing that poorly. Their game is just a bit behind. I mean, cultists... I agree that cultists aren't that behind. They've just done inefficient things to get here, and they could be a lot better off. Priest of Fire is open. But I think trading post to maximize leech here is better. I don't really care about the fire track. I don't really care about any of these tracks. I'm mostly just going to send priests off because they're coins down the road. But I think trading post here to maximize leech is the play. And because I'm willing to accept any leech amount, I'm going to convert a power to a coin here so that I can accept even more power. Because there's really just no leech that I'm not going to accept this round. I have nearly enough resources to build 2 more trading posts, which is the plan here. I would be pretty happy to pass for this dwelling tile. I wouldn't be that opposed to passing for the spade. I do think the plan next round is to build a temple for Air 1. I'll still have 2 trading posts on the board, and then I can build 2 more after that. Making 3 towns this game is getting a little tricky. I have a sanctuary town here, and I have a town here. But the town over here is looking very tough because nobody's coming to be my neighbor. So I might have to settle for 2 towns, which is a bit of a bummer. I mean, it's more than a bit of a bummer. It's definitely a bummer, but I don't see any other town options, really. We're probably going to eventually leverage this just for more network, and maybe this for more network. So these aren't always that utilized, but because we got beat to this stuff, I'm not even sure I'll reach this hex this game, so reaching these hexes looks useful. Dwarves are a little rough here, yeah. Dwarves are tough on this map. But, I mean, dwarves... I think dwarves... I'm not sure I agree with Gray. I think dwarves game is somewhat righted here. Like, they have their worker production going. They have some options. The fire track did go away because Cultist is just setting stuff up, so that's okay. I think it is time for me to start sending my priests places. The question is if I want to send 2 priests to the air track to unlock another spade down the road. That seems probably correct. I don't get much power for them immediately, and I'm not sure how many points I'm going to get off the air track, but getting more spades is always good, so I'm willing to delay a bit this round. I don't really have any priorities into the next round, so we'll see. Giants would attack me at C4 instead of attacking Cultist, yeah. With a bridge, we can maybe use our D5 hex as part of the northwestern town. So... yeah, I mean, the plan would be for this, and this connected by bridge, along with this, would be a town. My problem is it has no neighbors currently. Cultists hopefully are going to get here and here eventually, but every time on this map where I need cultists to be the sort of player that's actually going to ship to reach hexes, they pretty much never are. Although this cultist player, I will point out, has taken temp ship twice this game, so you would think he's the shipping sort of fellow, but he does not appear to be. Giants are taking this hex, that makes sense. I maybe should have built my trading post here, anticipating that, but oh well. I at least get a little power. I'm still expecting cultists to maybe build some trading posts somewhere and give us power, but again, they've been very slow about doing anything I want them to, so... I might be able to get the northern green hex for network. Northern green. This thing? Oh, I mean, this thing is part of the plan. This is our sanctuary town, just to be clear. This hex is always part of the plan. Yeah. I mean, I think this is what I'm cult digging, actually. It depends a little if Giants are going to have shipping next round or not. But if Giants have shipping, I'm not sure I'll leave this. I'm not sure I'll dig this just because they could take it immediately. But this is the current plan for the cult spade. Otherwise, I will just hide the cult spade up over here or something. But dwarves pass for the spade. Makes enough sense. Although if I was dwarves, I think I would have just taken the dwelling points. I think getting greedy for points on the pass is correct here for dwarves, but... Cultists are looking pretty good on the cult tracks and stuff still, and they do have a lot of resources, so despite all my talk of like their inefficiencies, they do have some options. Them never being able to double dig again looks a bit rough. They are advancing ship too, so much to my surprise, it does look like we're finally going to have a neighbor, and we probably will get a neighbor over here too. I'm just getting a lot of this leech a bit late, but I think I can keep holding out for it here. I will send this priest to air, and I will accept your turn to power into a coin. Because, yeah, if I get just a bit more leech this round, I can build... Well, I guess I can already build 2 trading posts. It does mean that I'm not building this hex this round, but given that cultists just advanced ship, you'd like to think that cultists will use their cult digs. Well, I guess cultists have to use their cult digs up somewhere, though, don't they? If I don't take this hex, cultists probably do just turn it brown, because why not hurt us? They need to... They can't bridge anymore, so they have to make their... Yeah, never mind. I have to build one more dwelling this round, so I can't build a 3rd trading post, which is a shame. So maybe I'm going to temple for water 1 next round then, because I do have enough trading posts to rebuild that it's not... Air 1's not better. I don't know. We'll see. Dwarves are going to lock up blah 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 with the spades so they can make their sanctuary town. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what they're after, but I don't know how much pressure that's under. But cultists do come over here with a hard dig. That's fine. I would expect cultists are still going to come here too while they have temp ship. I'm not sure where their cult spades go, but the more I think about it, they could go here, and that probably is too much to risk. So I should build a trading post here, and I might just not be building trading post here because this isn't necessarily part of a town. This town does now have some neighbor opportunities. Cultists might also be thinking about digging this, in which case my town actually looks like a double dig here. But double digging here for our town is actually better than just hoping to take a bridge later, right? So maybe this is fine. Although cultists don't even need to dig this because they can already build here. So we are getting neighbors where we need them. But I think I need to secure this hex. But I'll build a trading post first, I guess, because I'm always going to do that. I am going to be a bit sad about not getting 3 trading posts down this round. My instincts are still like, I really want to do that, but cultists' spades on this hex are really a concern. I don't even know if it's great for them to do, but they certainly could. I mean, the alternative is that I could go here and still have town space, but just guaranteeing town space in a game that has round 6 town scoring has to be right. We have so many coins coming in too, actually. I don't need to stress getting coins that badly. We're getting denied points on the pass here anyhow. Yeah, I don't know. Our game's going pretty well, but it's not super slick. Not timing things out to get on this dwelling scoring pass tile is a little tricky. We have a really good economy and okay-ish points, but our opponents are a bit ahead on points. Our cult game isn't too bad because we're sending a lot of priests off, but we are sending priests off to kind of the most contested cults, so. Cultists don't even build next to us. They're one of those players. They're also not building trading posts in the trading post round, but I mean, getting dwelling economy going is good. I am just going to secure this hex because I don't think I can trust them, so. It keeps our worker production high too, like it can't be that bad by any means. We are at the end of round 3 and we've built a lot of structures already. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have only 8 things left on our board. It's pretty easy to build a lot of the rest of this stuff. So we should have a really good network this game. I'm going to build the sanctuary in the final round. I think I'm building a temple this round. I can build a lot of trading posts this round. It does look like I can just take water 1. Yeah, things look good. I don't know if we're like for sure winning, but we're in quite a good spot still here. Part of why we're in quite a good spot too, the more I'm like considering things, I mean, giants have points, but they also still have no priest production, so they're not getting to leverage this cult reward at all. and they're not getting any cult victory points, and dwarves aren't doing great on the cult victory points. They've sent a priest to Earth. I mean, they're going to send more priests next round, but we should be picking up quite a few second places, I guess, on the cults is my point, which should be nice for our score. We should be getting some great cult economy over the next couple rounds. We have 2 spades and like 8 coins locked up, which is really good, so we'll see. Water 1 has to be better than Air 1 now. Yeah, so Water 1 is better than Air 1 now because of what's happened. I will... do I accept this? I guess I do. I mean, cultists are still in competition with us, so declining them cult advances is correct at a certain point, but they did get all of their dwellings out at least, which is very good for them, but not building trading posts still feels a bit wrong to me, but a free power has to be worth it for us. Cultists did figure out how to ship, which is really good. I'm curious if they will come here still off of their 2 shipping. They seem like they've somewhat been trying to use their 2 ship, but they could also build a trading post this round. Building a trading post also at least gives them some options to rush Water 1 next round if they want it, but we'll see. Here, I think I've just passed for worker power. It's pretty underwhelming, but we produce only 2 power currently, so this gets us the option of like taking a coins action next round. Not that I expect to get it. Giants should take the coins power action again, and they've been doing reasonable enough things this game. But I don't really see what that priest gets me, and if I'm going to build another temple, I'm already kind of overproducing priests. Big building doesn't do me much, nor does it do cultists much, so yeah, I'll just take worker power. Cultist power digging A3 would be brutal. I mean, it's not that bad. If cultist takes that, I mean, look, maybe we just don't get another town this game. Okay, they do finally build a trading post. I'm currently producing 5 power. I can produce 7, so this just maxes me out and gives me options to like double dig or something. Yeah, that seems fine. I am going to cult dig this hex. Giants have no shipping yet, so there's no risk on this hex yet beyond cultists could reach it, but cultists shouldn't. Cultists haven't been that aggressive. They've been kind of reasonable. Anyhow, in response to cultists taking this on us, I mean, yeah, it would kind of suck to not get 3 towns, but we don't have that easy of 3 town path right now anyhow, so I'm okay if we just get 2 towns. We have Earth 1, Water 1. Like, cultists decide not to take this anyhow, so we still have the option to get these 2 hexes, which I definitely will consider. I mean, this is actually an option too still, right? We can take these hexes and go for the bridge. Remarkably, there's really not much bridge pressure this game. I guess dwarves need a bridge, so there is that, but giants I'm expecting to take coins. So our coins are a bit rough, so I don't think I'm double digging by any means. I'm going to build this dwelling. I'm going to temple for Water 1. I do have a ton of coins coming in though, which is really good. I'm going to take a coins power action if I'm somehow allowed to. I just don't expect to be allowed to. Well, am I going to do that? So, maybe I'm taking Water 1 first action. How badly do I need Water 1 compared to Air 1? I guess actually there's no rush. There's no rush for me on Water 1. I don't really care if I get Water 1. Air 1 is okay. Do I always talk out loud when playing by yourself? No, I don't. This is somewhat similar to what goes through my head, but I don't actually talk out loud when playing at home. 7 coins before Water 1. I agree. I'm gonna. Cultists want a bridge northwest. Now, do they not? Oh yeah, it does look like cultists want a bridge here. So there is another bridge in the game that's desired. So I should prefer to try to town through here if I'm allowed to. But we have a lot of pressures again, so we'll see how it plays out here. Lin is thinking through. I think Lin's decision here is essentially, does he want to try to temple for water 1 by building a trading post and going for water 1? And I mean, maybe, but it doesn't look that necessary to me, but I don't think it's awful decision. But anyhow, that math is a lot of what I'm doing right now. Like, do I care about water 1? And I mean, the answer is I don't really, right? Because water 1 is going to be 9 points, I think. After I build the temple, I'm going to have 3 trading posts. So it's going to be a 9-point water 1. Alternatively, I could take air 1. It'll be 2 points this round. And then it'll be 3 or 4 for the next 2 rounds. So it's going to be about a 9-point air 1. So I just don't care personally. And cultists or dwarves does go for it. I think giants need water 1 more than they need a coins action here. Is my guess. I'm not sure that's true, but I think they might choose to prioritize water 1 over the coins action. But we'll see. If the coins disappear, I will just take water 1, because I think taking water 1 off the table punishes opponents more, and that's the main reason I prefer to take water 1, because I think it's more valuable to my opponents. But for me personally, water 1, air 1 is really no difference. Giants kind of desperately need shipping if they don't want to form a town early. Yeah, I agree with that. They do really need to advance ship. Not trying to mock you. I've tried it and it makes me focus more on the game. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm not saying that you were mocking me or anything by any means. I was just explaining where I'm at. Giants do take the coins. I agree that they need the priest and stuff pretty badly too. I'm curious if that was the right move for them or not, but it does not really matter to me. I'd rather give cultists some leech or give giants... Actually, maybe giving giants more power doesn't matter here. Giants don't have efficient ways to turn resources into points. They really need to ship, so they do need to get that priest power action. They're probably my biggest competitor. Well, cultists are maybe my biggest competitor. It's not clear who to throw this power. I guess cultists are getting a free power if I go here, so I may as well just go here. Yeah, sure. I don't know. It's not clear to me which is the correct answer. I don't know how much it matters. They're probably trying to wheel the priest. Yeah, I agree. I think they are going to wheel the priest. And then I guess they're going to just temple for air 1, though. Like, or maybe the water ones don't run out. I'm not sure. But it's a bit questionable to me that giants should be past. I think giants maybe were supposed to temple for water 1 and air 1 this round. They have so many resources. But I probably should have given myself the ability to accept more leech, because I just realized I'm probably going to get free power and stuff too. But oh well. I'm going to keep feeding cultists cult steps because I'm way too nice of a guy. I honestly probably should be declining some, but oh well. I'm expecting water 1. Yeah, it is water 1 from the cultists. Makes a lot of sense. I'm going to build this dwelling. Yeah, I'm getting a free power I can't accept, which is a bummer, but yeah, all the water 1s did run out, so everybody has earth 1, water 1. Giants are gonna have to just settle for an air 1, and I don't even know what else. So the fact that giants don't have earth 1 or water 1 means that they really are relying on some pass tiles for points, which they at least have, but they're very reliant on getting a lot of towns, which I guess they also have that, but they have no cult presence, so I'm really starting to sour on their game. I think them taking coins does turn out to be wrong. I think they needed water 1. They do go for the priest though, as we kind of expected they would. Makes sense. I would like this hex. I might hard dig and take this hex as my final action this round. Well, I guess I still want to send a priest to the cult track too. But I can definitely afford to hard dig here. So I think hard digging this makes a decent bit of sense. I don't think anybody's really going to take this hex on me. And I think aiming for this hex so that I don't need any bridges makes a ton of sense. I can build 2 trading posts here next round, a trading post here. My towns will be set up to take fire too. I do have to worry if there's fire 2 pressure this game, but I don't think there's fire 2 pressure that much. But we'll see. This game, you're nice to the cultists? Yeah, so George, it depends on exactly my opponents and my position and other people's positions, but... whoa, okay, Giants are probably not our top competitor. Yeah, the more I was looking at their game, I don't think Giants are actually in much contention here. They just have no ways to make points outside of the towns, really. Well, or the round scoring. I mean, Giants are still hitting the round scoring and the pass tiles, but no favor victory points and no cult presence is really tough. And then the other question is Giants lost red hex, red hex, red hex. I mean, the Giants do still have a couple reds that they can reach, but will their network actually be competitive? This game, I mean, cultists have actually done a pretty good job on their network now. Dwarves send the last priest to air. That's really interesting to me. Bit surprised by that. I'm considering sending a priest to fire just because I plan to take fire 2 down the road. But I could just send priest to water in order to get some more victory point or to some more power right now. It might be right just to it's probably right actually just to take the last spot here too. It completely locks out any oddities. And then depending on how the final round goes, actually being on step 7 gives me some outside shots to maybe steal a cult. They may not be hitting the round tiles hard in the next 2 rounds anymore. They're trading post-form towns. Well, so I don't think that's true because I think Giants are going to ship here at the very least. They still have their dig this round too. I think Giants are trying to figure out where their last town goes is really what they want to figure out. Because I'm assuming they're going to ship and then try to start carving out town space. But we'll see. They do take Air 1 here, which also makes a lot of sense. But I do want to send my priest off because turning a priest into 2 coins is good. I think I have talked myself into just making sure nothing funny happens on water track. And then I think I am just going to hard dig and build this hex. Although, I mean, I don't really need to. So maybe the right play for me is to just pass and block this tile from the game. Or I could take this tile and just build my sanctuary next round, right? Oh, no, I can't. Cultists are passing. And they take that tile. Okay, well, there went that. Cultists are going to take the coins. So this is going to be one of those rare games, everybody, where like I'm actually not aggressive enough to take the coins power action, which is a bit stunning because usually that's my whole thing. But I might have a game where I never get a coins power action and it might just be fine. I'm getting 8 cult coins. There's a lot of coins on the pass tiles. I'm not getting points on the pass tiles, so... cultists are in better shape now. They'll beat dwarves and giants on both cult and network. Yeah, I mean, I think on some level, cultists were like always doing quite well. Hey yo, Knack one. I don't necessarily know how to say that name, but I found your stream like a week ago, and yesterday night watched like 3 hours worth of TM instead of sleeping. Yeah, I do know that. I know that feeling from other things. Welcome. Thank you for following. Thank you for finding us. And always a correct life choice. Been there many times. Great. Weber, thanks for the support as well. I am going to take this hex. Or I could pass for the 6 coins. Because dwarves are going to pass for the 6 coins. But then they leave me the spade. And actually, I think spade is pretty equivalent to 6 coins for me. Hard digging and building this feels right to me, though. This hex is pretty important now. But yeah, dwarves do pass. Next round, I'm using 6 workers to build these structures. And then I have 4 extra workers. Giants are going to go here, which means this hex is a little iffy. Giants are maybe thinking they're going to bridge and build their town here, so I might not get this hex for a town, but not much I can do about that. I think I'm just passing for the spade here then. which is totally fine. There's nothing else for us to do. I'm not going to get much power. And I'd like to have the outside shot of getting a coins action, even though I'm pretty confident cultists are opening this round with coins. Although cultists have 1 million cult coins coming in too, so we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are going to lock in a bridge or something. The bridge has really not been under pressure this game. I mean, my alternative is I could bridge to this hex right now. Yeah, I guess I don't have to get this hex. I could get this hex and a bridge next round, so I have options here still, actually. So, regardless, I think I pass for the spade. We're gonna generate 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 coins for the cult event, so we have 12 coins. That's pretty much everything we need next round. Things are looking good, I think. Now that we have neighbors, we should just town on C2 and D3. C2, D3. Oh, so that's an alternative choice. You're right. If I take this hex, then I also just need to take this hex and I have a town. So I wouldn't have to worry about this one. Well, okay. The good news is the trading posts go here in all worlds. And we have flexibility out the wazoo exactly how we're going to achieve it. I think the play next round is to trading post and actually just take this hex. Because this gives us the option to bridge to make the town, or it gives us the option to take this hex and not need a bridge. Essentially, it just gives us flexibility, and flexibility is worth a lot in our current state. Our points are, you know, a little bit to be desired, but Earth 1, Water 1's going to do a lot. 3 towns should do a lot. Our network should be quite good. Our cults are looking a bit iffy given how many priests we've sent, but maybe I can take some 8-point towns to really help out on the cult fight. Or I still have some priests I can send off. Dwarves do secure the bridge. That all makes sense. I have no dwellings to build. So I do just need to build trading posts. I'm going to put trading posts on these 2 hexes because these are going to be part of the town, in theory at least. And I don't have anything else to do here. The trading post tile is open, so it is tempting to have a pretty quick round, or not trading post tile, but the dwelling tile is open. So it's tempting to have a pretty quick round here to get onto that thing. Giants remarkably have no coins left because they somehow got 0 priests onto the cult tracks for the temple round. So yeah, I'm not totally sure. I'm not totally sure what Giants are going to do. I'm assuming Giants are going to build another trading post here, and they're planning to try to get the last bridge. So they're probably going to pass pretty quickly, which is a shame. Free power. I think it's actually time for me to stop giving cultists so many cult steps. I guess cultists are just like going to win all the cults anyhow. We've given them too many steps at this point. Why are we stopping them now? But if you never stop cultists, then they just win all the cults. I'm going to have to decline a lot of cultist leeches this round, though, so I probably shouldn't. Board gaming is love. Board gaming is life. Excellent. Well, Knack, you have come to the right place. Thanks for joining us. Alright, what's been happening? Dwarves go for a trading post. We get a free power that we can't accept. Oh well. We do this. I am going to secure this hex because this gives us all sorts of flexibility about our towning. Then our remaining mandatory actions, in my opinion, are building these 2 trading posts. I think that's mandatory. Getting the points this round from them, getting the income from them is very good here. If I can build 2 trading posts and then pass, I will, but I don't have super high hopes of that. Giants are trying for a town here, so they are going to go for a bridge. Giants can build another trading post, and they might want to build one more just because they're trying to eke out points. Cultists have a lot to do. Cultists are also now angling for the other bridge in the game, it looks like. Cultists are going to just sanctuary town up here, it looks like, but there is a lot of bridge pressure all of a sudden, so I do think I need this hex or this hex. I can take this hex as well. I forgot about that. Oh my god. Okay, I have such flexible towning. because I can take either of these hexes to complete the town. So, yeah, this is looking quite good. So the only slight issue now is network. I'm gonna build 2 more trading posts. So I need to get out 2 more dwellings. This dwelling takes a dig. The other dwelling is also likely to take a dig because I don't think I'm gonna ship 4. Oh, but this hex actually lets me ship 3 here. That'd be really good because I do need to afford ship 3 this game. I have a lot of stuff going for us, so that's good. Also, name is Naki, but good luck pronouncing that also. Yeah, interesting. Pass early and steal the bridge. Yeah, that's interesting. How many towns am I aiming for? Just 3 on this stream. I know that we sometimes are a 4-town crazy man, but that's unfortunately not realistic. It is possible that passing early is correct. I'm going to heavily debate it here. I'm building 1 more trading post. I'm not willing to pass yet, but I think I could pass now. I don't really need the last trading post income. It's just 3 points from the round. This is an 8-point tile, and I don't think I'm going to get it. I'm not sure I'm going to get it if I stay in the round much longer than this. But we'll see. I'm going to think about it. I am going to keep accepting 2-for-1s. I do need to pay for shipping still. So I do need quite a few coins between the 8-cost sanctuary. Still need to build trading post 2 dwellings. Still need to advance ship. So yeah. Nerdcube will be disappointed. I mean, Nerdcube doesn't say that you should never pass. He just says that you have to weigh exactly what you're passing up. What I'm passing up is building a trading post, and I'm passing up on sending a priest off to a track or something, or advancing ships so that I could save a priest, because I'm going to have to convert a priest to a worker. But, like, I'm locking up a pass tile that I don't think I get otherwise. I think my opponents are pretty close to passing. And so passing on 3 points from the round in order to lock in a lot of points seems pretty good. I could also finally get a coins action if I want to, or I could just take the bridge in order to annoy people. Yeah, I think I'm passing. I'm gonna convert 3 power to coins. I produce 4 power. That leaves me open to a slight leech. And I think I'm going to lock in this tile finally for some pass points. I mean, I'm only at 47, which is a bit rough, but 3 towns, a pass tile, building a little more stuff. Hopefully some okay-ish cults. Yeah, I don't know. I think this gives me a lot of flexibility, so... I didn't take fire 1, so he's already disappointed. Yeah, possible. The way the competition plays, I guess you can eke out another trading post, but I would pass. Oh, I could definitely get another trading post, but Giants and Dwarves both have to be thinking past. Yeah, I agree. I remember the priest conversion I talked about. Yeah, I do remember that. That would have been a good thing to do, wouldn't it have been? Oh, well. I threw away a worker, everybody. I feel silly about it because I talked about it, and then I thought about it, and then I didn't do it, but, well. We declined this power, even though it's free. I'm already maxed out, and declining cultist seems correct still. Being at only 46 points here is a little worrying to me, but I think we have a lot of points coming in. I can take pretty high value towns. The problem is all of my opponents can take pretty high value towns. One of the other downsides to this plan is that I actually don't have good tempo on my towns, because I probably should have built a trading post over here before sticking both over here, because I only have 1 town completely set up now, whereas this town still needs a little work, this town still needs a little work. So my first move might actually just be Sanctuary for Fire 2 and take a 8-point town, because I think the 8-point towns are really important. And while the coin and the bridge are both very important power actions, I also think rushing out the good towns is very important in late town games. Giants, but I mean, it does depend, I guess, who passes next, because Giants and Cultists both need a bridge, and denying them a bridge is worth a lot. And so, like, yeah, the question is, are Giants my biggest competitors? Because they really want the bridge. That's like a 15-point bridge to them, so it's very tempting, but... Pour 1 out for late water fire cult bonuses as well. I'm gonna get better at this. Yeah, I mean, I usually am pretty good about checking, but yeah, I did miss there. Ooh, interesting. I'm curious. I think cultists are gonna take fire 2 right now, potentially, and just take the 2 key town just to close things out so that I can't do anything sneaky on to them. But if I'm forcing them to do that, that's just fantastic for us. Oh no, they just take air 1 though. Makes sense, but yeah. I could have taken, yeah, correct. If I had set up my towns correct, I could just go for that. Can't giants just go for a sanctuary? Oh, yeah, giants can just go for the sanctuary. They don't need the bridge. Interesting point. I forgot that they never actually committed to their sanctuary. Yeah, that's a very strong point. Giants do have 3 towns coming regardless. I can't stop that. Everybody has a lot of towns coming in. Cultists are trying to get 2 towns, not that they have them locked up. Giants have 3, we have 3, dwarves have 2. So, like, 10 of these town tiles need to go next round. So I think I do need to worry about the tempo on getting town tiles I want. I want 8 pointers, 9 pointers, and 11 pointers. I don't want these other ones because they just don't do enough for me. Also, not sending my priest to cult tracks is going to bite me just a little. I have like 2 second places, but the other tracks are looking really rough. I should at least try to make sure to beat giants on some of these, but I think the priorities next round do not involve a coins power action, which is kind of stunning, but I actually think I have enough resources that 3 coins are not that big of a deal to me. So like 3 extra coins are nice, but I think it's more important to secure critical town tiles, cult fights, that sort of stuff. But we'll see. We'd be denying cultists the hardest with the bridge, might be correct. Yeah, I'm still debating it. Chat can be distracting sometimes, correct, that is an issue. I caught this before the end, especially because trying to learn Mermaids. You think bridge is correct? Yeah, it might be correct to still take the bridge, but I can't secure 2 towns right away, Weber, because I'm a failure of a Mermaids player. That's what I was saying. So it was actually a pretty big mistake to build our trading post over here. If I had a trading post here, I would have a town and a town off of our sanctuary. But currently, this is not a town. But I think I'm still opening the round with fire, too, to be honest. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to look at it. It's really a problem. What the fuck, Ryan? Yeah, I know. I totally screwed it up. I've played a bit sloppy. I threw away a worker, which is a big deal actually. I definitely messed up. None of my opponents having a pass town to the final round is really good though. We have the only pass points tile, which is very nice. Oh, I have a spade here too. I totally forgot about this cult spade, everybody. This actually makes a decent bit of difference. I was wondering how I was going to generate these spades. I don't think there's any way cultists are going to mess with me, right? They have better things to be doing. They have their... Oh, they have 2 of their own spades. Where the hell are those going? I think I just turned this blue, though. I think it's fine. If they take this one, I can always get here. Or I could just take the bridge. If you bridge in the northwest, yeah, I mean bridging there is fine. In the perfect world, giants take the bridge tonight. Cultists, correct. That's actually my biggest hope. I think I'm going to see if the giants will block them, but we'll see. Not if we're not taking coins. Yeah, giants probably have to take coins, don't they? I don't know. See, that's what I kind of want to look at what everybody's situation is at. I could try to calculate all their power and everything else, but I'm just gonna wait to see what their boards look like in a sec. To really worry about exactly what I'm doing. My instincts tell me to just take fire 1 and scoop up a town that I want, and then start to just... My next couple moves can be securing towns, because I think everybody else is going to just be securing towns as their first couple actions. And I think losing tempo on securing towns is actually going to be the most painful thing for me. Like, if I let cultists get... Wow, cultists do dig that out. I am surprised they would do that. I really didn't expect him to dig me out, to be honest. It's really not that big of a deal, but I guess I should have just turned this blue. So I regret that a bit, but... Um... 8 coins, 11 coins, 13, 15. We need 23 coins. I have 23 coins. We need 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the digs is actually the problem though, see? So the coins are helpful. But I'm going to get so much more power this round anyhow. It's going to be okay. I'm going to go fire 2. Might be wrong. I'm going to do it anyhow. So one of the interesting things about doing this is that if cultists don't form a town as their first action and instead do take the bridge, I probably can take the 2 key town from them because I don't think anybody else is going to take it, and then I would steal water on them. So we'll see. But bridge to retaliate and fire 2 second move for 2 towns. Yeah, it's tempting, but bridge, then sanctuary for fire 2 equals 2 towns by second turn, then trading post on turn 3 for your 3rd town. Is there a faster, better way? Okay, so just with George. This is not a retaliatory stream. Great minds, Weber. So I think your guys' line is totally fine. I think offering cultist the bridge is probably too nice, but I don't really want the bridge. I guess I have to take this hex now, but it's fine. Maybe I'm putting too much value on the 8-point towns, but the cults are really not resolved at all at the bottom here, and I think fighting for seconds and 3rd places is really important. I think I might even be allowed to steal water if cultists aren't careful. So, I don't know. We'll see. You like the 2 keep town plan much better? 100%. You're making 3 towns in a town round so you can afford a 2 victory point town. Yeah, I mean, so the thing is, I'm still not actually sure the 2 key town is correct, but it is fun. It's definitely fun, but I am far from sure it's correct. Komodo Dragon is thinking very deeply here if he's going to take the bridge or not, is I'm assuming what he's debating now. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, honestly, this is a pretty close game overall. None of our opponents have messed things up too awfully. Dwarves did wind up connecting, but their network is absolute garbage. Giants' network is actually pretty good, which I haven't been considering, but is there a way that Giants are somehow actually going to get down to only 2 structures left? For Giants to get only 2 structures left, they would have to build a temple, 2 trading posts, and 2 dwellings. But they maybe could do that. Probably not. But they're going to tie us on network. Cultists, in order for them to get down to 3 structures, they have to build a trading post and 4 dwellings. They have just enough workers for that, and they have just enough hexes to probably make it. They're all... Giants have also gone for fire too. I'm curious what towns they're going to take. It does look like Giants are going to just build a sanctuary. Giants going for a sanctuary is great for our network plans, so I like that. Cultists are going to take... the coins might like come back to us on the wheel. Maybe dwarves take the bridge to be annoying. I'm not sure. Giants are just scooping up high victory point towns here. They're taking 9 and 11, so they also realize that the tempo on town tiles is really important here. But it could be worth 6 victory points on Cult, so like an 8 victory point town on East. How much was the bid for Mermaids? The Mermaids were down to like 3 points here. Was not considering that Fire 2 is a possibility. I was considering the Fire 2 as a possibility because everybody's fighting. Everybody is fighting for these town tiles is like what I'm saying. I mean, cultists are going to bridge just so they can get a town, but the town they're going to get is shit because everybody wants to secure town tiles. Like, I've said this in the past, and I'm not always been the best about it anymore, but I used to be a lot better about just setting up 3 towns and being ready to Fire 2 and take 3 town tiles because it can be really important to do that in these games because all the good town tiles disappear, and so like if everybody has good economy and nobody wants coin towns late, you're just left with crap towns by the time you're making your 3rd town. I mean, it's not that crappy, but like if I'm left with a coin town as my last town, okay, but it doesn't actually do me much, to be honest. I would like this. I kind of like the 8-point town. I do kind of like the 2-key town if it's left for me. The problem with the 2-key town is that it's really not a lot of points, and I might get left with another really low point town. Dwarves do take a worker town. I assume cultists are going to take their bridge. Oh, dwarves also got a favor tile off that. Dwarves are taking fire 2 just so that they can take another town as well. Wow. All the fire 2s have run out, so cultists have to build their towns without it, but that's fine. Cultists don't care. But yeah. You think it was 4, but same difference. Yeah. Mermaids were at like 3 or 4 points. Yeah, they were bid down a lot. It was something like 30, 24, 15, and 3 or 4 points were the starting values. Yeah. Giants did get up to 96 here. Dwarves have another town coming in. Dwarves do just take more workers. So dwarves are probably trying to like tunnel and expand their network a bit. It's fine. These guys are going to be at like a hunt. Oh, dwarves do have a spades. Yeah, they're definitely going to tunnel and do some tunnel stuff right here at the end. Cultists do take their bridge, so they do give us the opportunity here to beat them. I'm tempted to take 2-key town. The problem is how many points is it really worth? I'm giving up 6 points if I just don't take the 8-pointer. The benefit to the extra cult step is mostly that I instantly steal water. Cultists can form a town with their next action, and they can take the 2-key town because it's going to be available for them. But if I just force cultists to take the 2-key town to close out cults, I don't know if I care that much. I'm definitely tempted to just take another 8-pointer. We don't need the econ off the 2-key town. Let's go for the 2 key town and see what happens. I'm not sure it's right, but it's fun. It comes with like 4 coins, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. I'm not sure about this. It's not that wrong though, so whatever. It's fun. I guess I might actually want to double dig, huh? Maybe I should not convert, but I'll probably get leech, or I'll get power from sending a priest to a track. Who else is taking double dig? These guys can't. I don't think Giants is, so I think I'm okay here. You would have considered double dig. Oh, actually taking double dig to get the 2 keys was very reasonable. Because I do want to take double dig. No, Duragnid, that's actually a strong point. I don't have hexes currently, see, so I would have I mean I would have double dug here and just probably here, because this really annoys dwarves, which would have been fun. Giants chooses to take a priest to a cult rather than getting their next town. That's unfortunate. I thought we were gonna get this priest to fire actually on the wheel, but one of the other interesting things I currently have available to me is I have the resources to just build a temple, and I'm far from opposed to just building a temple to like steal some more cult points in the end game here. Normally I hate when players do that to me, but I don't really have much left to do and I have a lot of resources, so yeah, nobody's taking the coins yet. Just nobody's taking them. Dwarves are coming up here. Makes a lot of sense. They needed this hex. They want to just tunnel probably a little more. Oh yeah, they never built strongholds. They really just don't have enough workers. Yeah, that's fine. Fire 7 could be worth 7 points. Act 4 is for chumps. Fire 3. Yeah, Fire 3 is important. You get 3.5 coins. So 2 points less for 3.5 coins. Plus being annoying, probably worth it. Yeah, I think the 2 key town probably was worth it. It also it's giving me some flexibility here. Like if cultists don't just close out air here, which I assume they will. I'm assuming they're gonna take the 8-pointer just to close out air and move up a little on some of the tracks, and they do. I'm gonna decline their power though, right? I mean, I guess accepting it gives me double dig, but I don't want to accept this. Well, I do need double dig though, right? This town requires a dig, so I probably shouldn't be putting it off. Giving cultist a step is a bit of a pain, but I need double dig, so that was maybe incorrect of me, but I don't think there's any way dwarves can mess with us, so sticking a blue hex over here should be fine for our network. One of the reasons that I am considering building the temple is because I think I have enough resources here to potentially build temple, trading post, and these dwellings and still get to ship 3. So then I'll outright win network while doing it, which always is fun. I think a priest town is left though. Yeah, priest town got left, so I'm just taking a priest town. But I will actually convert the priest to a worker this time, though, before taking said priest town. So we're up to 85 points. Not totally secure in that that's enough to win, but it might be. The coins power action finally gets taken. By Giants. That's a little unfortunate actually, because Giants can contest our network a bit, although if we get to eke out the rest of the stuff, we'll be okay. Oh, I don't have a hex though for network. What am I talking about? I can't necessarily build another dwelling because I don't have another hex. We'll see. I'm so confused about this right now. I don't know. I'm saying a lot of stuff. Priest to Earth would have given me the missing power. Yeah, but are we gonna do that math? Or are we just gonna busk it like usual and hope the coin? Oh, we're not doing math at all. I did not math it out. Yeah, I know. Weber never likes watching my streams because I don't math shit out. I just do it. Yeah. Look, I'm not going to math it out either. I'm just going to sit here and do some stuff and then see what happens. I mean, we can sort of math. I'm going to build this dwelling. I'm going to advance ship twice. After that, meh, we'll see what I'm doing. The thing is that I realized though, like, yeah, I can't actually go for. I probably should have calculated things a bit more as usual. I didn't. I've been a little sloppy. I probably could have assumed giants were never going to double dig. Because basically the slight issue with what I've done here is that the slight issue with my endgame here is that words are escaping me. I'm not thinking. Basically, if I had thought a little more thoroughly through this endgame, I probably would have double dug at the right time. I probably wouldn't have given cultists this one extra cult step that I probably shouldn't have given them. If I had just thought about it a bit more, I might have advanced ship first so that I could put my dig here, and then I would have an extra blue hex, so that I could actually build temple, trading post, and another dwelling. But now, building the trading post is a bit less exciting because even though it's 3 points, it's going to take away a point on our pass tile. And I don't think there's any way I can build temple, trading post, and dwelling. And still, yeah. So I'm definitely not accepting a 4 for 3. Giants being at 107, taking fire 3 is their favor, which was probably expected. Yeah, see, this is where I probably shouldn't have taken the 2 key town. It essentially just annoyed cultists because I beat cultist on water, but I think it only gave me 4 extra points. So I think it was just a 6-point tile. But I guess that was the argument, right? It was a 6-point tile compared to an 8-point town, but the 6-point tile did come with quite a few extra coins, so can't have been that bad, but meh. Temple for fire 3 though, it's gone. Yeah, so the fire 3 is gone, which is okay. There's still a copy of Air 1 chilling. Dwarves are not taking it. They have better tunnel things to be doing. So I think I can just temple for Air 3. I'm not even sure I'm going to do that, though, actually. Because the temple doesn't really matter. So I think the game plan might actually be just to advance dig once, along with advance ship twice. And just accept that's our end game, which is okay. That's, you know. Or I just advance ship 3 times even. That might be more points efficient, not sure. But there's no way that I'm accepting 4 for 3s, so. But yeah, I don't know. Giants do need to build a trading post and a dwelling in order to tie us on network. They have that pretty easily. The question I am a little scared about is if Giants can somehow build 2 trading posts and 2 dwellings, but I don't see how they can generate the dig. I don't see how they can generate the red hex. Oh, I guess here, but oh, they don't have any shipping. Giants have connected on just 1 ship. Yeah, I think we're tying Giants on network. We have a pass tile. We have a lot better cults than Giants. Cultists still have a lot of cults and a town still coming in. I don't know, team. I don't know where we're going to be at the end of this one. We paid a lot of points to play Mermaids, and we've made some small errors along the way. I think we're winning still, but it's tight. We have a 1st, 2nd, 3rd on the cults, which is not that good. But then we have a shared 1st on network. Compared to Giants, we're +3, 4, 5, +13. We're +9 on Giants on cults. It's not great. Giants still have a decent number of points they're going to eke out here at the end. So we're effectively only going to be +9 on Giants after we pass. I don't think that's enough. I think Giants are going to beat us. Cultists are also not completely out of this, but I think the fact I don't if they are they going to tie us on network still too? Man, God, I think they are. Yeah, I think I did really mess this. I think I really messed this endgame up. I think I'm going to tie cultist and Giants on network, whereas if I had just thought about it a bit more, I think I could have managed to build a temple, a trading post, and another dwelling by making sure to dig this hex instead of this one. If I had just waited long enough to advance ship one more time. This is where cultist taking this actually does hurt us quite a lot too, because I was hoping to get this hex, but oh, I could ship 4 to reach it, but never mind. There's no way I can afford ship 4 and the temple trading post. Yeah. No, I've thrown stuff. Advanced digging's more points. Is there any chance we can increase ship a 3rd time? Yeah, I mean we can. Giants advance a ship and go west. Give them 2 spaces. Yeah, I agree. Giants have this hex chilling, right? So they can take either of the. Well, they can take this one and get here. So I mean, there is a chance that Giants does wind up just outright beating us on network anyhow too. Giants might just wind up with 2 temples, which will absolutely crush us. Cultists are also like not that far behind us, unfortunately, because cultists are still going to build a trading post and 2 dwellings. Do cultists have a 3rd dwelling, I guess yeah, they do have a 3rd dwelling. It might actually be correct for us to advance dig, and then maybe we have to work, well, or maybe not even advance dig, but maybe I have enough to dig one of cultist hexes at least. I might have enough to dig Giants hex, actually. I have 1, 2, 3 shipping. I could dig Giants hex. That might actually give me the win. So I think my next move is to advance ship, and then I think I can dig out cultists still have a town to form. Correct. I'm like cultists still having a town to form is the big issue. Like they definitely have the resources to be contesting network, because they're easily going to be able to get this and build 3 more dwellings. I maybe should have been accepting a couple of those leeches now that I'm adding it all up, because I kind of do want to be able to advance dig just so that I can hit some hexes right at the end. But I don't actually know if I have enough workers anyhow, but killing my opponent's network slightly does at least save me some points, but I don't think it's enough to change. I don't think it's enough to change the outcome of the game here. I paid a lot for mermaids, and I probably did just enough little things wrong here. I mean, again, there's some pretty obvious things to point to that I could have done better. If I just had my town set up a bit better, I could have opened this round by just taking 2 8-pointers and then watching to see if cultists would form their town or go for the bridge. If they went for the bridge, then I could have just sent a priest to water, and that would have basically saved me 6 points. So it might be like a 6-point mistake to have my trading post in the wrong spot. Cult digging this turned out to probably be a pretty big mistake, because if I had just cult dug that, my network would also be a lot better. Cultist counter digging that turns out to be quite good, so my greed there did not pay off. I didn't pay attention to the fact that the cultists just literally didn't need spades anywhere else, and so they had nothing better to do than dig us out. And they decided not to dig giants out at all. They could have dug us 1 space and dug giants 1 space, but they didn't do that either, so. It's finally time for us to advance ship one more time, though. Cultist does just close out the fire track, so there's really not much gain to be had there. I have enough that I can advance dig, and then I only have 1 worker left, so that doesn't get me much. So maybe I accept a 2 for 1 if I get offered it, just so that I can advance dig and then hit somebody's hex. But yeah, cultists win by quite a bit, right? It's probable. Cultists are going to tie network is really the big issue, right? So if cultists tie network, I think we might only take 3rd here, actually. It might be that bad. We've beat dwarves is the only thing I'm certain of, because dwarves are just out of the network race, which was always expected. But Komodo Dragon is building this. He doesn't have a free dwelling yet, so we don't have to worry about it, but he does have enough stuff to advance ship, use 2 priests as 2 workers, go for trading post and dwelling. That's 9 coins. He only has 8 coins. Okay, he doesn't actually have enough stuff to eke out this network. So that's the good news. The bad news is he can still do a lot. Hey, Tipembo. It's not going great here. It's not going awful. We played a pretty decent game, but we paid a lot for Mermaids. Probably mucked it up just a little, and we're going to lose. But that happens. Cultists are giving us a 3 for 2 here. I'm mildly tempted to take it just so that I can advance dig and then still hit somebody's hex. Giving cultists the cult step doesn't matter. It's just, is it worth losing 2 victory points in order to be able to dig somebody's hex? And I guess the answer to that's no. I can always just ship advance here and then still dig somebody's hex out. Yeah. I think that's what I do. I think I just advance ship one more time instead. It's 4 points compared to 6, but it saves me 2 workers and a coin, and essentially those workers is enough to hard dig somebody out if I did deem it worth it. Ooh, hey, Tim, thanks for subscribing. That's really appreciated. That's very cool. I'll hopefully actually stream some more Gricklid stuff again soon, but thanks for subbing with Prime there. That's really good. And Crix is giving me. Yeah, I've never figured out how to get I've never figured out how to get subscription, like, alerts. I'm sure I could figure it out, but it's like, it's somewhere in that streaming book that I just haven't spent the time on yet. Wanted to see what would happen. Can we get emotes? Yeah, so I also should actually look into the emote game, but that's another thing that I've never really done. But maybe you guys are all gonna make me actually have to figure out some emotes and some notifications when people subscribe and follow me. Lumen's at least done that, but yeah, we do need some TM related emotes, which has got to be there. Joiner, Cointown. Lumen has so many spare, you can borrow some. Yeah, I do need some emotes. It'd be fun. Okay, I'll look into it, guys. I'll figure it out. Giants does advance ship. I think Giants might just advance ship one more time. Is going to be their end game. Cultists have 2 dwellings they want to build. Cultist currently does have the resources to single spade. So that's a bit of a bummer because I kind of want to just mess with one of their hexes, but then they're just going to single spade in return. So essentially we're just costing each other a point instead of completely denying him the ability to do it, which is what I was hoping for. But we'll see. Maybe he converts a power to a coin here, and then he builds this, and then I could maybe deny him if he's not careful. So we'll see what he does. No, he just digs over here. Wow. He doesn't even want to build next to me. He doesn't even want to risk it. I mean, it's probably the right play, but dang. Does Giants have enough power to do anything? He could trading post, but then he can't dwelling. He doesn't have any weird favor tile, so he's going to tie us on network. We're tied. We just have resources that are left over. Digging anybody doesn't matter. Yeah, this sucks. I think we're taking third here, which that's what happens sometimes. The cults, I maybe fought the cults pretty poorly. I wound up with only 4 priests on cults, and it cost me a lot to fight those. Not sending priests to the other cults earlier was maybe a mistake. Not setting up my towns was definitely a bit of an error. Not giving myself the option to go for the temple trading post dwelling here at the end is a big error. Both of my opponents are going to tie us on network, whereas if I do get to build a temple, a trading post, and a dwelling, that's 9 points relative to my opponents. Instead of all being at 12, I would be 18 to their 9. So that's a 9 victory point swing I threw away by not being able to complete this because I dug in the wrong spot. So that's actually a really big error, right? Like, not giving myself the option to complete that is pretty bad. I mean, completing that would have been a little tricky, but I threw away 5 resources on a ship advance, so I lose 4 points there, but I could gain 9. I would gain 5 by just building that stuff. It could be a 4-point temple, so it could have been 9 point. It's 18 points of stuff to build all this. Now, to build all this is 7 resources, 5 resources, 12 resources, 15 resources. And I have only 5 plus 4. I only have 9, so I would have had to accept quite a bit of power. So it probably would have cost me another like 4-ish points of power to achieve it, but I would be giving up 4 points plus the 4 points of power. So I give up 8 points in order to be able to build something that's worth 18. So I like threw away 10 points in the end game here by not calculating things out well and decided to advance ship first and being able to dig this hex and give myself the opportunity to do that. So that's a really big error that's going to bite me. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a lot of what's going to bite me. Maybe accepting a few too many cultist leeches was a problem too. Cultists still did wind up with just too much on the cults, but oh well. Okay, finally catching up at the chat. Blah, 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 blah. He has 4 hexes to build. Hey, Ranier, decided to tune in after the past. I tried to do what I could, but I don't play dwarves much, and I think they were bad here. They were bad here, but that was what just happened there with the cultist dig. I'm not really sure why cultists dug. I think they were just protecting themselves against my retaliation, but yeah, I'm not quite sure. Weber told me you were streaming earlier when he saw I was playing with you. Didn't want to tune in while we played. Yes, thank you for not tuning in while we played, because that's called stream sniping and is frowned upon. No idea why cultists dug. So cultists dug mostly because I was threatening. I was threatening to counter dig one of their hexes, which would have forced them to dig. I mean, they probably should have waited and make me actually commit to that, but meh, whatever. Have I ever played Gaia Project? And if I have thoughts on the game, I have played Gaia Project, and I think it's fine. It's pretty good, but I think Terra Mystica is just better, which I know isn't the prevailing opinion, but oh well. But yeah, I could go on a lot longer tangent on Gaia Project, but I probably don't really need to. So, yeah, this game is ugly. Cultists are actually winning by a lot more than I thought, which is unfortunate. I probably should have bridge blocked them, or actually Giants probably should have bridge blocked them. Welp, that's gonna lose us a lot of ELO and rating points. Yeah, minus 18. Oof. Oh well, it happens, but not ideal. They could always take southeast with 3 shipping. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I don't know why they shipped then, but tough endgame, lots of what ifs. Yeah, I mean, there's always lots of what ifs. That one was a really tough endgame though, with the positioning and everything. There was a lot of different options that could have happened there, but oh well. I do think we needed to push to 15 network. I think that's a big issue, but then lose to town 6. Get all of our L's out of the way before tomorrow. Yeah, I mean tomorrow, I definitely am hoping to be playing better and sharper tomorrow and not muck up end games like that. Although to be fair, tomorrow I actually will do math and stuff instead of the usual stream thing of where I'm half paying attention to chat and just am convinced everything's okay. But yeah, still. You just realized there's a new TM expansion. Yeah, that's eventually coming. Do you think you pushing for no more network early would have helped you? No, I don't think so. Passing for more scoring tiles, I do think was an answer. There was one time in the game where I thought you were going to pass for the dwelling scoring because I thought you needed to greed points a bit. Basically, very broadly, I think one of the big difficulties about dwarves on this map is that even if you connect, which, by the way, connecting often takes quite a bit of effort, and you expended a good bit of effort to make sure you connected, even if you connect, achieving network is obviously very difficult just because your grays are so poorly positioned. You could have got one more hex easily this game, but it's so hard to get over to these grays that obviously you just never were going to. And so it's really hard for you to play a network game because you have to generate a lot of spades. You could have tried to leverage the cult rewards just a little more to get some more spades, but I think you were always going to have a really hard time getting to 14 network this game. So I would have never tried. But that's why dwarves were so tough in the bidding, because it didn't look like you were going to have a great cult game because cultists were around. It didn't look like you would have a good network game. And so you have to get really greedy about hitting the rounds very well, hitting the pass tiles very well. And that's tough. It's a tough way to try to win. Half paying attention to chat, huh? I mean, I do pay attention to the game still too, right? But I mean, the problem is I do read chat and get a little distracted sometimes and then talk on tangents and don't really invest all my energy into thinking through the game. One of the most tangible aspects of that this game is probably in a normal game I would be paying a little more attention to what cultists were up to, and I would know for a fact that they had nothing better to do than dig this hex. I thought they maybe would just dig to give. I thought they might just dig like this black to brown or something to give themselves a couple more options to build on. But they had a million hexes to build on, so yeah, they pretty clearly were gonna just dig me out. So I should have always just dug that hex. That was just sloppy play, but whatever. I read chat between monologues. That's exactly what just happened. Crix is correct. But either it was a good one and makes me want to learn more about dwarves. Yeah, I mean, playing all the factions and giving yourself stuff is always a good plan. And it depends on if your goal is to try to, like, win immediately or if you're just trying to explore and get better. Exploring and getting better is the most fun phase. I think it's what people should do. I annoyingly am trying to grind arena this season, and I'm putting maybe a little more pressure on myself than I should, because at times then I'm not having as much fun, because then I get a little too annoyed about taking third places at these sorts of tables that I think I probably should have won, but whatever, that's just all how things go. So but yeah, this is a bit of a tough one. I am curious if we just bid too much for mermaids is part of the issue. We did start at 4 points, although cultists were down there. We didn't do very well about maintaining our power and passing for power actions, right? Yeah, our power breakdown is awful here. We got 2 double digs, but no coins actions is obviously always really rough. Giants and cultists really hit the coins actions, which gave them some big edge. I'm still really surprised cultists did do as well as they did this game, I guess, given that they kept taking temp ship instead of the spade early, and they kept taking single dig early instead. Like, the thing is, like, I think they played inefficiently early on, and they still did quite well. So that suggests that maybe they were underbid here, though. I don't know. The leech is pretty even, but we got the most. We did really well on the scoring and the favor tiles. Not so well on the pass points, but I mean, we got 1. I mean, I guess we still did score a lot of points. We just paid a lot for the position. We had to score even more, and maybe we did just overvalue them. Maybe cultists were pretty equivalent. Not sure. I mean, again, the big difference here is we should be at 18 network while these guys should be at 9. And then I should have been able to build another temple, another trading post, another dwelling. whatever. There's always things to be done. So, with apologies to chat, I don't think that's streaming and grinding for one goal altogether. Oh, I mean, I do think that's also a strong point, Lumen. I think if I was, I do think if my goal is truly to win, which it a little bit is, I suspect streaming all my games is also not a good plan. To play at like a really elite level, you really have to be paying attention. I mean, I've talked to Nerdkeep about this, and like one of his issues thus far this season is that he sometimes has just been wandering on and playing a game or two while he's kind of distracted at the end of a work day or whatever. And then he's also had some tough times in those games. So streaming all the time is definitely also not helpful or conducive to that. But oh well. I'm allowed to have multiple goals. I mean, that's true too. It's just tricky, right? Like, do I really want to prioritize winning arena? Or do I want to prioritize still streaming while competing in arena and seeing how high I get? I don't know. It depends a little bit on what I'm having the most fun doing too and all that. So regardless, none of it's a big deal. It's fun. It's been fun doing streaming stuff still, and I still get plenty of wins and stuff too, and it's hard to win them all. I'm not actually entirely sure this game was winnable either. It's hard to say. There's always so many what ifs and so many things that could have broke slightly differently or slightly better, so, or they could have broke worse too, but anyhow, ultimately, thanks all for watching and chatting and stuff. It's been fun. My Fire 2 open game is tomorrow night, so feel free to check that, and maybe I'll actually play well in that one. I think I should prioritize having fun. I mean, I should definitely prioritize having fun. The problem is, what is the most fun for me, and I don't know the answer to that, which is part of the problem, I guess. But anyhow, Fire 2 game is tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern on Fire 2 or Twitch TV/Fire 2 tournaments. That'll be a good time. I'm playing against J Stu, Barnawall, and Green Rain, so that'll be an interesting game. Hopefully, I'll put myself in a good position on that one. Otherwise, I might stream a Terra Mystica game on like Thursday or something, but I'm probably not going to be streaming as much Terra Mystica for a little bit because I'm doing a kind of crazy Agricola weekend. Basically, I'm trying to play at least 12 games of Agricola this weekend, so I'm probably going to wind up doing some streaming of Agricola and or just playing lots of Agricola. But I will be broadcasting the Fire 2 game on Saturday, so if you haven't been sick of hearing my voice comment on my own games, you can listen to me comment on other players' games. So that'll be a good time too. But yeah, thanks for the good luck, George. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, I'm gonna head off for now, but yeah, thanks all for chatting, listening, watching, etc. See y'all.